Hey, welcome to the Studios, and with me in the studio on part 2 is Kamau, president of Miss Kenya USA Pageant, and she's going to tell us what she has in store for us, telling us what she's going to do in our community about domestic violence. So your focus was on domestic violence in the diaspora?
Yes.
Was it in the Kenyan community in the diaspora or in the African community, or what was your representation?
So it's in the Kenyan community. It's still in the works. I have volunteered with domestic violence organizations, but that was when I lived in New York. It was with American community, I would say, the Hispanic community. I got to volunteer, and that helped me learn a lot of things about domestic violence. And now that I moved here, there's a bigger Kenyan community, and I believe they would benefit from my knowledge. So I will be very soon. I believe everybody will follow me on social media, because I will be posting videos of what I'll do. Everybody should follow me. My name is Naserian Kamau. And
we'll put that on the screen.
We'll have that on the screen right there. Ndio mnifuate. And I'm big on this because nimelelewa Kawangware. I came here when I was 20. So nimelelewa Kawangware, and what that means for me is domestic violence.
You've seen it.
At home. I've seen it. We've experienced it at home. So I'm a victim, I'm a survivor. And I use that's a passion, and that's what pushes me to want to work on this project. I don't do it for the pageant, I don't do it for anything. When I do it as Carol, working on this, trying to create awareness and help more survivors. And as I'm working on diaspora, I wish I could do anything in Kenya, but before I could get that far, we have Kenyans in diaspora that need a lot of help.
And yeah, of course, and we have seen cases in the recent past, but what do you think is the best approach to deal with it?
Here is one thing I'm learning. The one moment you mention domestic violence, watu wanakupotea.
But why? Are they guilty?
It's more of, it's something we don't talk about in Kenya. We never did. More people are more open now than ever, but at the same time, I think people are afraid to face the fact that this is happening in our community. And I am looking for plans to, first of all, educate. Because what people don't understand is domestic violence is not just when somebody takes a machete, slices you up, takes a gun and shoots you to death. There's a lot more ways that people do not know, and for that reason, they're not able to address it, like the emotional part of it. No, a lot of people do. I did not know that until I volunteered and I attended workshops. So educating people on what domestic violence is and the different types of the violence will be the beginning for me. I'll start by using social media, which I'll use it to speak and tell people. Hopefully, I also plan to have events, little events, educational events, workshops. That's to educate people. Once people are able to understand what it is, then we can move forward and start looking for ways we can help people. Because there's a lot of help. The government does help a lot.
So social media, yes, there's a lot of people there, but do you also plan to go into community gatherings like churches? And
yes, I'm going to try and not have it in a church setting. I can invite people to come, but I want when people go to church, they're going and they're like, nimekuja kuomba Mungu, na ule mwenye ako pale aniangalie fani juu alisikia niko na shida fulani, you know? Because I think that's the mindset people have. So we will have gatherings, but in a separate environment, in a different way. And I'm hoping the leaders, the community leaders would work with me in a big way. That will help a lot because I'm only new.
But don't you think that, you know, finding people in their setting, like churches, would be the best approach? Because those people who are violent, they won't come to listen to you when you're telling them, you know, stop this, because they know they are violent people. They know they are bullies. Know they are bullies. And if you if you have an event to talk to bullies or to violent people, they are not going to show up.
Well, I thought about that part, And how and that's the thing, nobody wants to be told you're being a mean person and you need to stop. So what we can do, we don't have to definitely make it. Today we're talking about the violence and violence alone. There's so many workshops that can help people grow, and we'll do that in one. So the workshop is telling people about domestic violence, and also we'll speak on different issues. Like I'm trying to come up with ways, and it's not just for older grown-ups who are married. I'll also the youth and younger people, because it does happen. There's teenage abuse. Teenagers, you have a 15-year-old out there who's in a relationship, who has a boyfriend who just tells them off, you're nothing, you're nobody, but they still. So there's a lot of abuse happening in the community at large, and parents do not know these things. So we have to address it in different ways, which I'm really working on, and I'm hoping whatever I could come up with, I'll have to find different ways to get people to come together.
Yeah. Do you think this domestic violence goes hand in hand with depression, mental health?
Yes.
Because I don't see how a normal person can take a machete or a gun and, or even a whip and start whipping your wife or your husband. It happens both ways, by the way, here in the diaspora, right?
Yes. Sadly, it does. And the best thing that we have here, we do know that mental health does exist. I have seen it on social media where somebody was so stressed out and was going through depression, and they decided to put their marriage out there, and it's ugly.
Good. So back to the summit.
Yes.
Did you get to speak?
Oh, no. I did not get to speak. Well, I was a little bit bummed, but I do understand. We were 300 speakers. We had Thursday and Friday to speak. And out of Thursday and Friday, Thursday, we needed to do, it's kind of a parade where it's the entrance of how we come in. And then we have guest speakers who need to address certain issues, speak on how they are dealing with human rights, ambassadors from different countries. So we had like an ambassador from Colombia, we had ambassadors from Cyprus. So they had, and that did take a lot of time.
And they are considered VIPs,
exactly.
Not somebody like you from the smallest community in the diaspora. You'll be last, of course. We understand that.
Exactly. So, and the thing about it is, I think when they planned this, for them to invite 300 people, it's for us more on a learning basis more than being speakers at the front, because the people who were there, listening, for us, it was important for us to be there and listen to what those people have done in the society.
And bring it to us.
They were not the youth, but like I say, the military, Colombian military, is learning, has learned human rights, and they are making sure they're addressing it to the community.
Now, tell me about who is Caroline? Away from the community, who is Caroline?
So, away from the community, Carol Wangari Kamau is a mother, a wife, and just a regular everyday person. Outside of everything else, I'm just that person who wakes up in the morning, goes to work.
Like everybody else.
Yes. Comes home. I have a beautiful 1-year-old. She's 17 months. And I'm very open, so everyone shouldn't feel like they cannot reach out to me. I do go out of my way to get information. If you do have any issue, if it's related to domestic violence, not domestic violence, reach out to me. You never know, I might have a connection.
Of course, you know more than most people around us know.
And I am here and willing to help. So everyone, tafadhali, inbox me. Inbox what you need me to help you with. Nice. Do not inbox. Do not inbox to harass me. And as I said, I'm a wife.
Not DM, all those guys who
Do
slide
not
into your
DM
DMs.
weird things. I am somebody's wife.
Good to know. Good to know.
And I'm not afraid to reach out.
Yeah.
I just emailed.
You know
the government
what I
of
realized is that sometimes we fail because we fear to reach out. We
Yes.
fear to make the first step.
Yes.
If you make that first step, call somebody. It doesn't matter who, be it your friend. Talk to your friend about what you're going through.
Yeah.
That friend might know somebody who knows someone who knows
Exactly.
someone somewhere. And you
Yes.
can talk to that person and your life will be back to normal.
Mm-hmm.
Is that true? Am I right?
You're very
I'm
right.
qualified to be a counselor
You
too, right?
are. Definitely are. And the reason I say this is yesterday I woke up in the morning, I Googled for the human rights organization in Kenya. I found their email and I emailed them. I do not know who they are, but I did email them because I do have the interest to share my knowledge with everyone. So we need for you to ask, comment on this, let us know what you would like to be addressed. If there's a different issue, Miss Kenya USA Pageant has different platforms. And one of the things these ladies do, we have 15 contestants, 15 platforms. Those are 15 different issues that are being focused on. So please let us know what's on your mind and what the Kenyan community needs. Because if you do not tell us what you need, we will not know how to help. Yes.
That's true. That is
Caroline Kamau, the president of the Miss Kenya USA pageant.
Yes.
Congratulations, you're
Thank
doing an
you so
amazing job
much.
with your team.
Thank you.
And we can't wait to see what's in the store for us.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
We already have
I can
the
tell.
pageant date for next year.
Beautiful.
It's July 6th. Mark your calendars. July 6th.
Beautiful. July 6th. Don't forget. Thank you so much for joining us. And we look forward to next time. Next time you'll be probably
Bigger.
bigger. Right?
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. Thank you so much.